Hello, welcome to the channel. I'm back to doing some mixed media journaling. Right now, I'm just taping up the middle spine of the book to protect any leakages to the other completed spreads. So I have here some paper napkins, taking that leftover one, and also this musical one. Roughly tear out the measurement. I'll be using my Mod Podge, the matte paper mache one. Be using this cheap silicone brush. But oh, I forgot. Gotta protect my back pages with these rough ad papers. You can just use a normal PVA glue for this too. I just thought I want to make use of this. Patch up the missing areas. Speed dry it with my heat gun. I have this triangle stencil, if it can catch the light, and pair it with this Winsor Newton modeling paste. Using my palette knife, I'll stencil in some areas. Not too visible right now. Dry it up. For the first color, I'm choosing this acrylic paint, Baby Blue by Folk Art. Just a tad little split. Using this old fan brush, I'll just try to color in those raised surfaces. And while that paint's wet, I'll spray it with water. Let it spread. Sip up the drained extras. Honestly, like all my mixed media spreads, I start them without any plans. So really, I'm just going with the flow, what my hands lead me to do. Next, I'm going to use this acrylic paint by Daiso. Just a little bit. Spray, spray. Using this white acrylic paint again, just the end of the ice cream stick. A little splatters from the leftover raid. Dry it up. Next, I'll try this crackle paste. Just put it there and there, basically where my instinct feels like. And dry it up. Using this baby blue paint again, try to blend in those dark white crackles. Here's my Speedball black acrylic ink. Also this DIY carved rubber stamp. Dip that in the ink and randomly stamp up. Here's another DIY carved stamp. The dual stamp designs are actually inspiration from art by Merlin. Using that used ice cream stick, I'm gonna use the remaining ink for markings. Here's a small paper doily. Using Speedball's ink again. So basically I'm just coloring the doily black, since I don't have any black paper doilies with me right now. Lift it with my palette knife. Using my palette knife again to hold it down, lest it fly off. Slather some matte medium. I'll adhere the black doily. And dry it up. Not too satisfied with these areas, so with this white acrylic paint, I was basically attempting to make those stenciled in textures more prominent. Here's another stencil. With that white paint again, I have this bit of packaging sponge. Just overlap some stencil paints on the doily. Then with this black paint, I'm gonna also stencil in the top there and there. Yeah, not too worried about perfection. And dry it up. Here's my old watercolor sets. Using the Raid for a splotch of splatters and dry it out. This is a collection of self-printed quote stickers I made, black and white of 2 different fonts. I'm gonna choose this quote: "People fail forward to success." Taking another quote, a black one this time, this one: "When people start talking against you, then you are making progress." Cut it into 3. Test out the placements. A bit of this matte medium by Winsor & Newton, by the way, to secure those quote stickers. And I guess it's time to stop. So, time to take off the back papers, cut off the protruding tapes, trim off the edges, I hardly am happy with my final spreads, but this time round, I have to say I'm happy with this. Yeah. So, I guess that's about it. Thank you guys for watching up till here. Happy arting, and bye!